Hello folks, it's me the Psych Ripper, and I haven't done a post-commentary multiplayer video for anything in a while, and I figured I'd start with this game since I've been wanting to pick it back up. This is COD4, probably in my opinion the only really good COD worth mentioning in my life, but I played this a lot on the console, and I got it on PC because I wanted to try the PC one because I hear the community is really active, and I gotta tell you that this game, compared to how it is on consoles, it almost feels like an entirely different game. It feels like it has everything good about COD4, but like the play style itself isn't exactly the same. And I haven't obviously played this in a while, and I'm still trying to adapt to how it's played on PC. So this isn't like, you know, some high-ranking game, but I'm never out to do that kind of stuff. I just, you know, record a video and talk about it. That's the extent of it. I'm not out to show, you know, like, yo, check out my fucking 5.6 KDR or something ridiculous like that. But yeah, I start out with the RPD. It's probably my favorite LMG in this game, and I'm not a huge fan of LMGs to begin with, so that says something. Now that spray right there was kind of, I saw bullets coming and somebody get shot down, so I was anticipating somebody to come there, and obviously they didn't, so that was a risky spray, and that also exposed my position, so it wasn't the smartest tactic there. Now, this is also, I gotta mention, this map, Killhouse. When I had this on console, I never got the DLC maps, and when I bought it on PC a while ago, it came with them, so it was kind of exciting, you know, I'd get to play with all the new maps and stuff. And I'll be honest, this map itself is pretty freaking awesome. I love it. I love the layout. I love that you can pretty much take any approach with it, close range and stuff like that. You can take long range, it doesn't matter. It seems like all the guns have a use here. Sorry, I'm kind of sick, but also notice though the guy I shot down who had Juggernaut was just idling. I'm not usually the kind of person that just kills idlers to try and boost KD. I wasn't sure if he was idling at the time, so I just figured, hell, I'll just spray the hip fire. Also, a mistake I made early on with this is I kept trying to use the LMG at a range it really isn't effective on, because this game, like with LMGs, they're really effective in close range, but if you try to use them at long range like you can do in my opinion, you can get away with that in a lot of old or later Call of Duty titles, and you can't get away with it here. And that's another thing I need to mention about Call of Duty 4 and why I like it so much, is it feels to me honestly like the guns have more balance than later Call of Duty games, because like every gun, or there are guns that are really, really good, but even so they have drawbacks. Like, I looked at tiers and stuff, and people label this as one of the high tier guns, but even so it has drawbacks. Also, I'm surprised that hipfire actually got me a kill. I was not anticipating that, and it was stupid that I did that. I really shouldn't have, because hipfire from an LMG is like a spray and pray. There's like no guarantee you're gonna get anything. But yeah. And I'll explain a little more about the balance and stuff when I go switch weapons later on in this match. It sucks. I was trying to find a match for like 30 minutes before I finally got onto this one. I got on one map that I was actually doing really good on, but I got kicked for some reason. And I'm not sure why, to be honest. My ping wasn't even that high, and I didn't see any rules or anything that I was violating. Plus my mic was off, so I didn't think, and I wasn't even saying anything offensive to begin with, so I wasn't talking, so I don't see how I could have gotten kicked. But that's irrelevant at this point. Also, that drop shot was really good on his part. I should have anticipated that, but anyway, it's whatever. I mean, I can't do much about it. I got outplayed. Another interesting thing to mention about this game, I know I'm mentioning a lot about this game this episode, but I feel like it's necessary because kind of giving my thoughts on COD4 and why I like it so much is guns don't end up killing as ridiculously fast as they do in this one. Like, you can kill people fast and use things like stopping power, but it's not so much like a turn lock on pull the trigger once and you win. In my opinion, Call of Duty 4 feels a little more tactical, but in regards to the tactical approach. What's great about this game is it can start out as like, you know, go one-on-one, one team against another, take, go all over the map, cover every spot. But then later on, you'll see it turns into a very frantic gunfight. Explosions everywhere, and it gets awesome. It's like, I don't know, I love this. I love playing this, and I'm really glad there's still an active PC community, because I really like the PC version of this game. Like, I'm not as immediately good as I was with the console, but it's okay because, I mean, console Call of Duty, in my opinion, is significantly easier because you have auto lock-on and stuff like that. But here you can use different tactics than on console, like using spray and or using spray tactics a little more efficiently because you have mouse aim as opposed to console stick aim and auto lock on. Also, I know I totally just missed talking about this, but when I walked onto those grenades, that was not one of my better moves. I kind of wasn't paying attention when that happened. But what can you do? Unfortunately, that kind of shit happens, and you have to accept that you die. So I tried again to use the RPG in ways it's not supposed to be used. I managed to get an assist, but nonetheless it was stupid for me to try and take somebody down from that range, because if they had like a somewhat fast assault rifle like the carbine or something like that, I could have died. Also, shout out to the guy who took that guy out when I was trying to. But like I said, I'm gonna say it numerous times over and over again, I'm not the kind of person that's like, you know, out to try and make videos, be the highest KD person. I play this game because it's purely out of fun, and I just love the game itself. Like, I'm not trying to show I'm some elite, you know, 360 no scope MLG kind of people. And that's a lot of the reason why I didn't really care for Call of Duty on consoles, because there were a lot of people who were like that and just screaming like fucking stuff on the mic. In this game, on PC and stuff, it feels like there's a little bit more of a refined and like respectable community. That might just be me. There may be bias, I'm not sure, but it feels like that. I mean, occasionally you'll get people that are pretty upset, but what FPS game that you play online are you never gonna find that in? Or any online game in general. I lost sight of the guy who jumped through a window. I was trying to get some sprays on him so he'd be weakened, but like, I lost sight of him with all the smoke and stuff going on. Also did a little bit too much frantic spraying there, so that pretty much cost me the kill there. I was hoping I'd be able to, you know, shoot through the plywood and get some hits on him at least. Also, I'm surprised that guy didn't kill me. If he had reacted faster, I would have been dead. I mean, that's why I even hesitated to aim down the sights. I just went straight for hip fire. Now here, I just decided to be a jackass, because why not? And pull out my RPG, because I forgot I equipped it to this class, because in this game, you want to have at least one class that has RPGs, just for the purpose of taking out helicopters. And so yeah, I was just a jackass there and decided to fire one at a group and hope for a kill, and it worked out for me, so I can't complain. Also, make sure to pay attention to the score. These games on PC, a lot of people tend to modify the scores or play on better servers with more people than you can handle on consoles, as well as have scores that are significantly higher than the usual console lobby, which is cool because it gives you more time to, you know, improve your game and practice on a map, and along with that, it helps you level up faster, which is kind of nice. And that is really good because I need to level up because I want some of the later guns that I had in the console version of this game. But unfortunately, that grenade death was inevitable. I would have had to like react it a lot. I would have had to react it and sprint it a lot faster, and I figured so much I could do. I couldn't get out of that one either. Getting a flash and then seeing the grenade icon, no, that wasn't a flash, that was a stun grenade. But yeah, when you see that happen, you know it's pretty over. Also, shoutouts to the guy who shot me there, because that was a really well played positioning. And that's what I like about, like I mentioned, I love Killhouse for this. The positioning and the tactics you can take for like positioning and shooting is cool. Like, next time I play on that map, I want to utilize that spot I just aimed on the sights under, because it feels like you could get some really good tactics going. I'm still waiting to play on the other. I'm trying to play on some of the other downloadable maps. Get on lobbies that did it. I was on a map that had Chinatown earlier, but like I popped on and it said there were 12 players, but literally nobody was playing. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? That happens quite a few times, and part of the reason why it took me 30 minutes to get a fucking lobby. Because unlike like later Call of Duties do and stuff, you don't get like, when you go to join a game, you can manually just choose the server, and you get a lot of variety with servers here. Like, aside from normal games like this, I found some servers that actually had high jump and low gravity, and those can be really fun and frantic. Hopefully getting onto one of those one time, just for fun. And along with that, you also get like some servers that are bolt actions only, or restrict certain weapons like the grenade launcher, which is interesting, but you know what? I'm not gonna get into why I hate restricting weapons on servers sometimes. Sometimes, you know, it's cool because you can't rely on certain overpowered tactics like the grenade launcher, but this happens in Counter-Strike too. There's a lot of servers that ban weapons like the AWP, but that's a different story. And this is clearly not Counter-Strike. Now, like I said earlier, I switched to the M16, which most people who played Call of Duty 4 know that this is like the best gun in the game, period. And it's mainly because it's really, really powerful and really effective at mid-range and long-range, with almost little to no recoil. And if you put stopping power on it, one burst is generally guaranteed to kill your enemy. I usually rock it with the noob tube attached to it. Yes, I called it a noob tube, because that's pretty much the nickname for it, but with that it gives me more like tactical options with this thing. And another thing to note, I said earlier about balance with the games, even the M16 is the best weapon, yes, but even so it does have a drawback, and it's a terrible close range weapon, because you cannot hip fire it to save your life. Most SMGs will take you out at close range with that thing. That being said, though, it's still, in my opinion, like the best assault rifle in the game. And maybe the best gun, period. And my hopes are, eventually, when I get leveled up again, I want to put the Deagle with it, because the Deagle's a really good close-range weapon. And that'll pretty much give me, like, a class with to compensate for the M16's lack of close-range combat. Now, I'm not saying you can't use it entirely at close range, it's just not an effective thing to do. So there's me just, you know, firing a grenade, trying to get some hits in, trying to scare the opponents a little bit, harass them. I'm honestly surprised that that worked. That guy really should have been able to shoot me and kill me square, but I saw he tried to knife me instead. That wasn't exactly the best thing. We're not playing MW2, so that wouldn't have worked. But I'm gonna put pin lock on that kill. And sometimes that happens with Call of Duty games. That's why I feel like it's very much a Twitch reaction, like you see me first and die shooter. And I'm okay with it to an extent, because a lot of shooters have Twitch-based reaction and are required, because pretty much whoever sees who first gets hit, but it kind of gets annoying when there's only like 3 bullets to kill somebody, and that's my biggest problem with later Call of Duties, is it really emphasizes that you don't have many options outside of that. Also, shoutouts to that hazed kill that somehow worked. I'm surprised I'm not dead at this point, but all good things come to an end. And anyways, like I was saying, yeah. But even in certain other FPS games like Quake, if you got hit by something, it doesn't mean you're dead automatically. You can immediately react or run away. In here, it's not quite the same thing. But like I said, it's not really that big of an issue. It just changes how you have to approach the game, and that is seriously something that pisses me off when I get flashed and grenaded. But that's detracting from what I was saying. But nonetheless, I don't know, I've said enough about how much I fucking love this game, and for good reasons, and shoutouts to the guy who has a ridiculously high ping on this server. think at one point it was said, his name was Darty, and he had like fucking 800 ping. Also don't understand how that guy I shot at earlier before, the other guy I shot at before I died didn't get hit. I swear I shot right at him. But anyways, I'm gonna hopefully be doing more videos like this just because I haven't done a lot of post-commentary multiplayer videos. I want to try and get back on Quake as well. But yeah, this wasn't too bad of a game. But look for more to come. I'm the Psycho Ripper, and